Divulge II, our chairman who couldn't be here, and Fisher Hudson, our executive director, who's also a little weather. We're here, and we've got some board members and some staff. I'd like to recognize a couple board members. Ron about them Linda Hicks right here. Collins Susie was here a little earlier, and if I'm missing anybody, smack me, because we're all good. So, thanks for coming tonight, everybody. We've got a great show here. Divulge is a show we've done in how many years now? 2, 3, okay. I'm going to introduce our gallery manager here in a minute. I'm going to introduce our and then she's going to introduce our juror. But before I do that, I want to just welcome everybody to the Art Center. We've been here about a year and a half now. This is a fantastic facility for us. We're very happy that we're here. And I want to just make a couple of notes on some activities that are coming up that we'd love to invite you to and see participation. So this weekend we start a series of third Saturday demos where artists will be here on third Saturdays of every month. 3 to 4 demonstrations, kind of back to back to back. I know that Kathy Joe is going to be doing glass this coming Saturday, and there's painting of things and ceramics. So these third Saturdays are our resident artists doing demonstrations. So please come to those. We have a really fun event that's scheduled at, of all places, Town Point Center, or Town Point Club, excuse me. Santa here. So at Town Point Club, we're going to be doing edible art meets visual art at Town Point Club. So it's just a $25 ticket. You come, we're going to bring the art, they're going to bring the food and drinks. There's a craft cocktail and really nice hors d'oeuvres involved. And of course, you can have additional beverages while you're there. Let's see, when we're missing here. That's like
September 29th.
September 29th, 5:30 to 7:30 at Town Point Club. So it'll be a little pop-up art show at Town Point Club with food and drinks. And then this is the worst fun in the world.
It's not a worst fun.
Wine for Wonderland. Okay.
Wine for Wonderland.
Wine for Wonderland. December 1st here. Tickets are $55. You get 3 wine tastings. There'll be food, and there'll be our holiday sale will be going on, correct?
We're actually going to be kicking off our retail store that night.
Yes. So, and of course, I hope you know everything is building is for sale, so just keep that in mind. We are a free gallery. We're opening our retail store that night, and then Santa is coming, believe it or not. We're going to put Santa here at the Art Center because, the mall's great, but this place is better. So come, spread the word. If you want pictures with the kids, it's kind of like take your own pictures.
Yes.
And then we'll have
and every ticket comes with a Polaroid as well.
You get a Polaroid.
Even
all that with the Polaroid. Yeah. So anyway, fun event. Santa here in the vault.
Yep, Santa will be in the vault.
And then our holiday vendor market December 10th. So lots of stuff going on. Look at our website; it's all there. And the third Saturdays, the retail stuff. Really glad that you guys are here. Happy to introduce Amanda Bradley, our gallery manager and curator for this show. She makes these shows happen. And then she's going to introduce our juror as well.
Yes.
So,
thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, especially for me anyways. This is a show that's very near and dear to my heart. First of all, I wanted to recognize the artists that are here that are part of the show. If you would raise your hand, I always love it when you guys do come to the show. Just a little bit about the show. Divulge features artworks from across the country that highlight and depict self-expression, are created in art therapy, and/or raises awareness of mental health. Art has been used as a means of communication, self-expression, group interaction, diagnosis, and conflict resolution throughout history. Through art, both people and artists can look for themes and conflicts that may be affecting their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The establishment of art therapy as a unique and publicly accepted therapeutic approach only took place recently in the mid-20th century. This call reached 28 states. We had 80 artists submit for a total of 295 submissions. Myself and Matthew selected 62 pieces from 46 artists from 21 states. Matthew Bernier is a board-certified art therapist, visual artist, teaching artist, puppeteer, and associate professor in the graduate art therapy and counseling program at EBMS. He has taught there since 1990. His personal artwork includes puppetry, masks, collage, and found objects constructions. So without further ado, Matthew.
This is like coming home for me. I had been involved with the Art Center in the past for 18 years. Our art therapy and counseling program actually had a studio classroom within actually 2 of the earlier iterations of the Art Center. It's nice to be back. So just a few years ago, in the previous The Art Center gallery across the way, we gathered wearing masks for the first Divulge exhibition. And at that time, many of us were dealing with the stress, isolation, fears, and confusion associated with the pandemic. In addition to that, the artists whose work were exhibited reflected their unique struggles and challenges with mental illness, their observations on the human condition, and their practices of using art as a way to express and cope. In this second Divulge exhibition, we see many wonderful works of art serving as visual storytelling, exploring mental illness such as schizophrenia, eating disorders, anxiety, bipolar disorder, or the experience of traumatic brain injury, or having a neurodiversity disorder such as autism spectrum disorder. We are reminded of the concerns related to childhood mental health, the impact of child abuse. We see the creative use of media, art processes, and presentation styles to give visual images to lived experiences and to give voice to those who have been silenced. In contemporary mental health practices, we acknowledge the high incidence of adverse childhood experiences. When encouraging a person who appears to be in distress or seems to have problems or problematic behaviors, we no longer ask, "What's wrong with you?" Instead, as the title of one of the artists' work here tonight, we ask, "What happened to you? What happened to you?" So I'd like you to keep that in mind as you look around at the work that's here. Consider the lives, the lived experiences, and what may have happened to the artist before this work was created. So we can be impressed by the aesthetics and artistry of the works in the art in this show. We can also applaud the bravery, eloquence, humor, intelligence, imagination, and creativity of all of the artists whose work have been selected in this gallery. However, as is customary in art exhibits such as here at the Art, I would like to single out 3 honorable mentions and 3 awards. So first, honorable mentions is Kathleen Skarmanok for her piece entitled Release, which is right over here. Seeing a show like this is a lot to take in, and I hope you will, if you haven't had a chance to take time to see all the pieces. But the written statements are really equally important on these pieces to give you a real understanding of what the work's about. So I will read the artist statements for the honorable mentions and award winners. So Kathleen writes, "I am a visual storyteller. The power of art to inspire, to heal, and to connect us to one another are the foundational principles of my work. Abstract art speaks a universal language, which allows me to release personal and intimate portraiture. Each painting illustrates a story within me, fleeting or otherwise, a tale that begs to be unveiled and heard. I invite the viewer to observe themselves in my paintings, whether in a nervous glance back, the anxious twist of the foot, or in the riotous hues and spontaneous design of the non-representation." Our second honorable mention is Sam Getch. Apologize if I mispronounce anyone's name. For his being human. Art speaks when words cannot and gives a voice to those who have been silenced. Art builds community, healing the creator and the viewer. Alas, my work aims to bring people together to feel, to heal. These works come from a series centered on the failure of our mental health care system and the heartbreaking day-to-day reality facing those with paranoid schizophrenia. The third honorable mention goes to Jim Holler from Percival, Virginia. I forgot to mention where the others are from. This award is going for his pair of interactive 8 pieces. So if you haven't had a chance, you can lift the image and it reveals another image or two each time. So please try that. Jim writes, I am a pen and ink artist and educator in Northern Virginia. My work deals mostly with health issues and I struggle with the fears and anxieties that accompany them. I especially enjoy portraits and using a stippling technique to achieve very realistic images and textures. My goal is to create inspiring artwork from my negative life experiences. Okay, third place award. Third place goes to John Allen Stock from Virginia Beach, and I know he's here this evening. This award is for his mixed media piece called Neuroplasticity number 17, located over there. There's other pieces right now. I learned from this statement, but also speaking with John this evening. At age 11, a severe fall on concrete damaged the spatial intelligence center of his brain. It was in 1956, and neuroscience did not believe major brain functions could be restored after significant damage. However, a pioneering neurotherapist took on this case. Starting from ground zero, several years of simple to complex exercises restored this unique capacity, albeit the functions were reestablished using underutilized neural networks in another area of the new cortex. I was able to complete high school, he wrote, and went on to secure a Bachelor of Architecture and minor in Fine Arts from Ohio State University. He's created a variety of art pieces reflecting on his appreciation of the dynamics in mind-brain continuum, both in abstract and symbolic references. I have to say, when I read this statement, I thought he was reading my syllabi from my courses. I was just teaching about exactly that like an hour ago. So this is really what's hot right now in mental health practices, is understanding mind and brain neuroscience applications and the use of the arts and how our brain functions. And you were there in 1956 already beginning that work, so you're a pioneer for us. Thank you. So in second place, this goes to Judy Crew from Canton, Ohio for her fiber art piece entitled Maybe I Can't Tell You. It's the piece in the train up in front here. So, as you're noticing, I can't say it better than how the artist has written in their statement, so please listen. She wrote, this small-scale sculptural dress brings awareness to childhood mental health. The skirt of dark and ragged textiles is awarded with 24 symptoms to watch for in children. The edges are uneven and raw, transitioning from darker tones toward the bottom to a bit lighter on the top. The bodice is embroidered with the title, and 2 arms reach over and embrace the figure, both detailed with statistics of note. A third arm made from wire wraps around the body. This hand references the 1960s era groundbreaking psychological research of Harry Holler. I personally have worked with many child abuse victims and victims of domestic violence, and it's not uncommon for us to see pieces that reference some of the concerns that are in that piece. And I really like the artistry and how it's integrated into that piece coming together. Okay, first place. First place goes to Amber Aguirre. She's from Kailua Kona, Hawaii.
Jesus, sorry.
It's rather unusual how it's not only pieced together, but that floating, the display of the piece, so everybody can enjoy the presentation of the piece. she entitles that Hospital. She wrote, I am a ceramic sculptor living on the Big Island of Hawaii. My work is mostly anthropomorphic figures that explore the human condition. I use animals as a vehicle to present the typical associations of their nature with that of people. My work is therapeutic for me. I am an amputee, and expressing my struggles through the work somehow allows me to let go of my personal feelings. Art should create feelings in the viewer, and if I can help someone relate to the struggles of a disabled person through empathy, then I feel I have succeeded in my goal. I hope that you'll get a chance to really get up close. It's a small piece, and the intimacy of that I think really is quite moving. So, congratulations to all of the winners, to the honorable mentions, but also to all of the artists whose work were selected to be in this show. I might even say congratulations to all of those who entered the show, because there were really some beautiful and brave pieces that were submitted. So thanks also to Amanda and to the DeArt Center for asking me to come back as a former DeArt Center artist and educator to join the show. Please enjoy the show and have a great day.